because the other pop-ups that I've seen happen in those locations have been free.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is a huge headliner. Like, Chase and Status they're like the biggest drum and bass group out there.
So do you think they got permission from the city?
Yeah, definitely. AEG has big pockets. Yeah, AEG can do whatever they want, and thankfully Denver Techno started working with AEG last year, so it's been really cool to get to be involved with some of their shows, but I love to see them leaning into those more unique locations.
I do too, and that's what I really want to try to facilitate with Public Knuisance, is the bridge between the underground and the mainstream.
Yeah.
Because I don't ever want underground to die, but I don't.
It'll never die.
Exactly. I don't think that it matters. I don't want it to die because it won't. But I want to be able to transfer the heart and the soul of the underground and use that to fuel the mainstream, because I think that's where the disconnect is. The mainstream doesn't have the consideration or the forethought that the underground is forced to put into our shows.
Yeah.
And I think that is a piece of integrity that needs to be translated.
Well, with the mainstream versus underground thing, most people's first exposure to electronic music is going to come from those mainstream experiences.
Mine
like
was Global Dance Festival.
Mine was EDC Orlando.
Yeah.
And after seeing Flostradamus at EDC Orlando, life has been downhill since.
Oh, for me, it was Excision at Global Dance Festival.
Oh my God. It's like the mind-blowing experience for your first time going to see these shows and these productions. It's like, I think I know what I want to do with all my free time now.
So yes.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Sorry.
Go.
So, without those like mainstream experiences, you never start digging for the underground stuff.
So it's interesting that you bring that up, because I made a statement that I'll probably insert here, that when you listen to, I like to use rap music as a comparison here. So if you are listening to rap music on the radio, there's something about rap music that can grab you just by listening to it.
Yeah.
And that's because it has lyrics. It's spoken word. It has a message that is verbal, and you can hear it, and it'll touch you. The only way to be grabbed by electronic music is to be there in person.
100%. Yeah. If you try to get into techno without having ever gone to a techno show, it's going to be a lot harder.
You're going to hate techno.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely something that comes with the atmosphere and the shared experience and the cool locations and just like the intensity of the bass and the sound and the sweat and the fog and the dirt.
And the cryo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I fell in love with techno after I started going to live techno events, for sure, because it's if you're just listening to it on your headphones from Spotify, it's not the same experience, of course, with any music, but especially with techno. With house, it's like a little bit easier, I think, because it's catchy and fun. But with techno, it's like the intensity of the live experience is what draws you in.
It is, and honestly, watching the DJ.
Yeah, totally.
I think the first time I was ever like caught up watching a techno DJ was at a Den Tech show.
Really?
Who closed for the first party I met you at?
What party was that?
We drank champagne in the green room.
Oh, was it Drunken Kong?
Does he have a big septum ring?
No.
I can show you.
Okay, let's see.
Anyway,
party I met you at.
It's like it's two words.
I think it was Drunken Kong.
No, it wasn't.
No.
So it's like pro player.
Oh, pro athlete.
Pro athlete.
Pro athlete. Yeah.
So who closed for pro athlete?
After pro athlete, the person that closed was Total 666 Destroy. Pony. Yeah.
He is an interesting person.
So Pony, I'd say, is one of the most like stylish club kids in Denver by far.
I have a video of him. Afterwards, I zoomed in on it and I say techno DJs are the weirdest creatures.
He is iconic. We were so happy to have Pony on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's the first techno DJ that I was like, that guy's a techno DJ.
Yeah. The night that Simon and I met Pony, we saw him from across the room and we're like, that guy is so cool.
Yeah, he went on stage and I was like, wow, this guy's techno.
Yeah.
He's so techno.
And it was really cool because when we approached him for the booking for the pro athlete show, he knew who pro athlete was. And I mean, you would hope that all the artists always know who they're opening for or playing on the lineup with.
Not true.
But that's not true.
No.
And Pro Athlete was somebody that's definitely pretty underground, but all of the support acts that we booked for that are so tapped into the underground. They're like, yes, I know exactly who that is and I can't wait. Because he does this like sort of trance kind of like throwbacky sound, but it's like much darker. It's like dark poppy trance.
It's like something you might see at Novation.
Yeah, totally. But like definitely I'd say a little bit like more refined.
Okay.
Yeah. No offense to Novation.
No.
Love Novation.
It's fine to be unrefined.
Yeah. So it's like that sound that you'll hear in Novation for the techno parties is there's like a lot of edits and it's like really fast and it's more like TikTok-y techno kind of stuff and the kids love it. They go fucking nuts. But Pro Athlete, his sound kind of like taps into that same energy while being something that's a little bit more refined.
Bridging the gaps.
Yeah, exactly. So we were really excited to have him. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that was the first time that I experienced or that I was hooked by the look of a techno DJ, and watching him work. That
lineup was something we were really proud about. That felt really locked in from start to finish.
And we met that night.
Yeah, we met that night.
So
on direct support for Pro Athlete was Medicine Cabinet, who's like this 21-year-old kid from like north of Denver, and we had booked him for a different show a while back, and we hadn't even like known who he was. Our partner kind of put him on, and this guy plays he's like 21 and he does this whole live setup and he blew me away. I was just standing there at this smaller show being like, who the fuck is this little boy? And so right after the show I approached him. I was like, I want you on that lineup for our big warehouse party. And he's like, yes, thank you so much, because he's doing these like garage shows up north, and I haven't actually been to one, but he definitely has like that grassroots DIY energy, and he was really, really passionate, and just the technical ability was awesome. And originally I was supposed to be direct support for Pro Athlete on that Dentech show, and the day before Simon and I said, you know what, let's go ahead and give this to this Medicine Cabinet kid, because he really deserves it. And we're so glad we did, because he blew us away.
Is that something that you really... I just assume that part, having the conversation with somebody like, hey, will you please play for us? Is that something that you like? I feel like
Santa Claus. Yeah. Especially when it's somebody that's just getting their foot in the door. It's one of the most rewarding parts about owning a production company and being an event curator, to get to put on the people that I believe in the most.
Yeah.
So I've given a lot of people their very first gigs.
You're writing the story.
Exactly. And you never forget the person that gave you a shot for the first time for a big event, or, because the Denver Techno productions, I would consider them to be, pretty sought after gigs for the techno artists in Denver, and generates like a lot of excitement. Yeah. So it's really good exposure, and getting to put people on for their first big warehouse party, it's an honor.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to talk a lot on this podcast about how the mainstream doesn't exist without the underground.
Yeah.
And you can't get your start in the mainstream.
No. You get your start in basements.
Yep.
You get your start in...
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Barns and basements.
Basements, and rhinoceropoli.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My first... Where I got my start was during COVID. This bar was not supposed to be open, but it was. It was the Viceroy Lounge, rest in peace. And this is a grimy little dive bar that we got some decks in, and that's where I started meeting and connecting with the people like Hyro from BP Rec, and first got my chance to play on Real Gear. And one open deck night, the ceiling collapsed on the DJ. Woo! And this kid didn't even complain. He was just so excited to play. So.
That's one thing that I have to give to DJs is you will just keep playing.
I'm like, is he pursuing legal action? And it's like, no, he was just smiling covered in drywall.
It's like when the Tea and Sugar show, the Tea and Sugar Novation show, where the cops came and tried to raid us halfway through. Tea and Sugar was like, classic, loved that.
Yeah.
US is sick. Like,
oh my God.
They came over here from the UK and were like, proper Rave. Proper rave. Little raid in the middle. Didn't have to stop playing.
Rave.
Like, while they were on stage, the police were trying to get in the building.
Dude, both times I played for Novation like 4 times, 5 times, I don't know. But the cops have come immediately after my set, like almost every time. So I've always gotten to like finish my set there, which is cool. And then boom, the police come in.
Novation has ever actually only had to stop early twice.
Yeah. I think those are both times that I was playing.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
You were at the World of Drum and Bass show?
Okay, so that's a different time they had to stop early.
Oh, well, they may have... I've only ever known that since I worked with Novation. They only got shut down, actually.
When did you start working with Novation?
No, November of last year. So I was there when we thought of the idea for Novation. Probably almost 4 years ago now. We were in Josh's kitchen, and we were at 5:30 a.m. and we were all just talking about how we wanted to throw parties that had good music and good speakers and a place for our friends to get on the decks and, you know, do what we were trying to do at home comfortably, but we wanted to invite a bunch of people and make money from it. Yeah. And we all thought of this idea, just the idea that maybe we could do it. And then I moved away. And then they fucking ran with it, and they killed it. Yeah. They really, really did. I went to breakfast with Izzy and Brandon the day after the first Novation show. I had already moved away. I had come back to visit. And I hadn't seen Izzy or Brandon in probably a year. And I knew that they had just done this event last night, but I didn't know anything about it, and I hadn't gone. And I met them for breakfast. They hadn't slept yet. We met at the IHOP over in Aurora, and they told me that they made $1,000, and I was so proud of them. I was literally like, you guys. Yeah. Oh my God, you guys. Like, you made money from throwing a party? Like, it was so, so cool. And from there, Novation has just really, really dug their heels in and created something that is what got me into the underground scene in Denver. I came back. I went to my first Novation show ever. Not at the library. It was, I don't even know.
It's the big warehouse space and...
The big warehouse space that had the porta potties inside.
Yeah. I played at that one. And that was one of the ones where the cops came right after my set. Okay. And oh my gosh, it was so sad because the first time the cops came after my set for Novation, it was this one specific DJ, and then they tried to make it up to him by putting him in after me again at the next party, and it happened again. Oh no. So yeah. But shoot. I mean, as far as like that feeling of elation when, you know, the $1,000, right? Yeah. I feel like there's no greater feeling in the world than executing a successful, profitable event. Like, you know, you have the experience of playing a good DJ set. Awesome. You know, cool. But the experience of throwing, I'm excited just thinking about it. The experience of throwing a successful party just like outweighs that immensely. Yeah. Yeah, it's really gratifying. Yeah. And so I started, that was the first Novation show I ever went to. I took my brother, because thankfully Novation shows are 18 plus, and my brother is not still is not illegal to drink. He will be legal to drink in August, and then I'm taking him directly to Base Canyon. Could we actually cut really quick?
Yeah.
I really need to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay. And my nose is running.
Yeah.